Marvel names new editor-in-chief. What's his name?
It's H.
All right, I'm cutting it. Hold on.
Got an initial.
This week's episode is brought to you by our buddies over at Mutiny Info Cafe, where they not only have a great selection of used books, records, and great coffee, but they also have a fantastic selection of new and used comic books, graphic novels, and more. Mutiny Information Cafe in Denver at the corner of Broadway and Ellsworth, and online at mutinyinfocafe.com. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to Comically Gaming, episode 80.
80 feels like a milestone.
It does.
Yep, getting close.
It's 80 weeks.
Almost 100. Yeah. So, yeah. How's everybody's week? You guys started off, Jeff?
Oh, man. I guess when I wrote down my notes, it looked like it was pretty busy, but it felt like it was a blur with Turkey Day in there. Happy belated Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And so let's see. I read Star Wars number 38. I read The Realm 3. I read Deadpool versus Old Man Logan 1 and 2.
Oh.
Not so sure about it yet. I don't know. It's a little on the fence. I binge watched all 13 episodes of season 1 for The Punisher on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It's really fucking good.
That's funny.
Super
It's a
good.
long season.
Yeah. You're the binge maniac. The binge master.
I know.
Crazy.
I leave everyone in the dust if I set my mind to this. It was really good. It really engaged. It really got me by the third episode. I was like, okay, I'm watching it. Then last night I was like 1 o'clock in the morning, one episode left, and I'm like, should I watch it or go to bed? I'm like, I'll just watch it. Just kill it.
Do you like the other Netflix shows? Like, how do you rank it compared to everything else they're doing right now? It seems like everybody's getting a little tired of them.
It seems like there's a lot on there. I was watching Arrow for a while, but I got burned out.
No, I mean the
Other
Daredevil,
Netflix shows.
Jessica Jones, Luke
I didn't
Cage,
watch.
Defenders.
I saw Daredevil ad, but I wanted to watch Jessica Jones next.
Okay.
I'd prefer to watch that next. But
So you haven't
I
watched
gotten
any of
It's your first one?
Yeah, that was my first one.
Okay.
I liked
Ah.
it. I'm glad they put it on Netflix because
That
I'd
changes
like
everything.
I'd like to see like Judge Dredd be next, just because they can make it violent enough for Judge Dredd. Because the Punisher is pretty violent. I was surprised at
Right.
what they get away with.
It needed to be.
Yeah, it did. I like what's his name, John Barenthal
Yeah.
as the Punisher. I like him as Frank
Agreed.
Castle.
Shane.
I think he did better than when he played Shane in Walking Dead.
I agree.
Shane had a terrible accent.
Let's see. Played some Gran Turismo Sport last Sunday, and then on surprise Wednesday night played some Rory's and what else? We played Rory's and Gran Turismo
Again.
until the wee hours in the morning,
Yeah.
and watched the trolls of the internet and racing wreak havoc on the racetrack.
Yeah.
First time we got trolled.
What was his name?
Rockstar 119, I think it was.
Dexter.
Douchebag, yeah. Played some Rory's. Did shitty in everybody's golf. That was terrible. I was doing so good on that round, and I forgot to get the score box. But I had birdied the first 3 holes, and so I was pumped. I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. This is my time." And then I hit that par 3, where it was the first island.
Yep.
And it hit in front of the pin, hit the pin, bounced off, rolled into the water.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
You
Yeah.
hit the pin and end up in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it placed the ball on the other side of the green on some land that's not even on the map. And every time I shoot it, it'd just fall in the water. It'd fall way short. I was like,
You got to take an unplayable on that.
I did after like By the time I finished, it was like plus 10. It was bad.
I like Imperial Gardens more than Vortex Valley. I feel a lot more confident looking at everybody else's scores. I think I'm gonna do good.
Dude, I don't know what happened. But...
It was terrible. And then I was getting into Last of Us, and I know we were talking. So Dirk's hanging upside down right now.
I passed it now.
So you're with Bill?
I'm with Bill. Yeah.
There's
All right.
Bill.
Bill's
And,
kind of I like that area to explore. I really liked like the record store that you go into and whatnot around there.
Yeah.
Bill's got all the traps, right?
I'm not a fan of Bill though.
No, Bill's kind of a...
Yeah.
He reminds me of that dude from Walking Dead. I can't remember his name, but the one that they tried to pass off as having the government secret, and he was on a mission.
Yeah.
That's who Bill reminds me of.
Sure. I got more to say about it too, but we need to
Let's save it.
Spoiler cast. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it.
Cool.
Yeah. I was playing Call of Duty today, trying to beat the campaign, and I prefer the Pacific Theater of Operation over the European campaign.
Really?
I just like the feel of the Pacific Theater better. So
cool.
It's not bad.
So my week, first of all, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. None of you guys got it, huh?
I got it. I invited
Okay.
you. Yeah.
I need your code then.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's free. I mean, pick it up and let's play for a little bit and visit each other's camps and whatnot.
I think I added
Since
you.
like that last Android update, like I deleted like 10 apps and my phone still says it's out of space. They like released an update to make my phone irrelevant because it was working perfect before that.
I'll keep my Apple-loving comments to myself. But Animal Crossing, I was shocked at how much it's like an Animal Crossing game. I thought for sure when they announced this thing it would be something super minor that would then cross over into a game, and this is pretty much a full-fledged game. So I'm pretty surprised about that. That said, Animal Crossing really isn't my type of game. I've tried to get into it a few times and kind of don't.
Then why are you trying to suck us into it?
Well, because the more people are in it, the more fun it is. When you can go visit everybody else's places and check out the shit that they're doing with it, it's a lot more fun than just doing it on your own. Playing Nier like crazy now. I'm deep in it. Totally digging it. The story is awesome.
That's great.
I did self-destruct, Corey, just so you know. Of course, I did it when my wife was in the room, and I'm like,
oh no,
that's why I want you self-destruct. But yeah, I can't say enough about Nier, and I'm still just in the first playthrough. I would like it even if it didn't get crazy with whatever gets crazy. Apparently, as a standalone game, it's a ton of fun. The action's really cool and kind of unique. And again, the story, it plays on this like Android AI story in a way that is very unique. I'm surprised, and especially coming from a SquareSoft game. Usually. We kind of talked about Final Fantasy and stuff, how it's just so weird and Japanese-y. Like this game is weird in a whole different way. It's really cool.
Square? I thought it was the people who made Bayonetta.
No, it's SquareSoft.
Wow.
Yep.
You sure?
Yep. Positive.
He's gonna look it up.
So, and then hit up Black Friday sale last week. Got Titanfall 2, Doom, Steep, XCOM 2. And Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is the only one of those games that I didn't play. Put about an hour into the other ones, and really, it's old news at this point. But Doom is awesome, really super cool, really fun. Yeah. Love the way that they give you extra health by doing melee attacks on these guys. Mm-hmm. And it keeps it so that when you're running out of health, instead of hiding around a corner like you do in every game, first-person shooter that I've played in the last 6 years, you want to go at the enemies. You want more demons in your face the less health you have, and just really really cool mechanic. Titanfall 2 just barely started that. Steep, put some more time into Steep. Really really like Steep. I'm surprised for it. It's a zen experience, just freaking chilling and taking in the scenery and with your friends and whatnot. A lot of fun. Really like it. Played some Rory. First time I played Rory in a long time, and really surprised about all the things that they've added since the last time I put it in there. I put it in the PlayStation. The really shocking that we're talking about EA, who everybody just put all this hate over the Battlefront debacle, who put through all this content at that game for no charge or anything. Really shocked. There's 19 courses in it now. When that game came out, there was like 8 or something, and you know, they didn't even try to charge for any of those. They just gave them to everybody for free. So shocked about that.
They figured the cash cow was sailed on that game.
Yeah, I guess. But then why waste your time with it?
Yeah,
I don't know,
why
you
even
know?
make it?
Yeah, it's but
Job security.
I guess. Yeah. Gran Turismo Sport, Jeff talked about that. I can't wait till you guys see my Lancer tonight because I finally took some time to hook it up, and it's freaking badass. We'll just say it one more time. If you have Gran Turismo Sport and you want to play with us, every Sunday night we play 12:30 a.m. Eastern time for about an hour and a half, and it's the most fun I've been having in a long time
fun.
with video games.
Jeff has the wheel this week. So.
Yeah. We're in
So does my buddy Jeremy. He got one.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. I gotta set it up, though.
Star Wars number 38, and just noticed 39 came out today.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so we're behind. And then Batman 25, 26, 27. That's going to be the Batman, what is it, number 32 is going to be next week's comic book club. And that's the conclusion of the War of Jokes and Riddles, which I just heard was really good. So I'm trying to read the whole thing before then. I checked out Comixology Unlimited. They gave me a week trial for it, and just automatically I opened up the Comixology app and it was there. It's like, hey, here's your week trial. It didn't ask me to fill anything out. And I gotta say, if you're looking to stay current with comics, it's not the right thing for that.
Yeah.
But for the price, there's a lot of stuff in there. So if things that you missed, you want to go back and check out this and that, there's a ton of stuff in there. But anything that I've had like in my mind that, okay, I want to check this out when I get a chance sort of thing, and I search for it, wasn't in there. Anything it seems like they're almost a year behind on like the Marvel and DC stuff. You know, for example, the Darth Vader comic, I wanted to read that. They only have through issue 12, and that's 25 issues is the complete story. So I don't know, but you look in there, if you just look at the catalog and pick everything that says unlimited, there's a ton of content. So but I don't know if it's for me. You know, the reason I'm enjoying these comics lately is that I get cool suggestions from you guys. I check them out. We have a conversation about them current, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right.
So yeah, that's that. Watch The Defenders episode 5. Almost through it. 3 more to go. Still mediocre. Walking Dead. Watched last week's show. Still really good. I'm really liking this season compared to the past couple for sure. And then I still, you know, our major complaint that we've said over and over again still exists is the whole Negan's not half as cool as he is in the books, and that remains the case. But everything else that's going on, it's action packed. The story's moving fast. There's a lot of things happening, and I'm enjoying it. And then finally, also started watching Fear the Walking Dead as well. I'm like 10 episodes back on the current season of that, and me and the wife have been digging that again too. And I do think the second season is much better than the first. All the things that are going on, and it's a lot more compelling than that first season was. So they're missing. Those characters are still pretty boring, especially compared to the regular show and whatnot. But at least the story's getting more interesting. So digging it.
You deleted the preacher.
Yeah.
Deleted the preacher.
I can't even. Wow. I can't even talk about it. So I swapped my DVR out, and the old one had the preacher on it, and so and then I went to look for it. It's not on demand. I even downloaded like the AMC app. It's not on there. What the only bright side to this whole fiasco is that I think that I've convinced my wife to finally start watching it, and so season 1 is on demand. I think I'm going to start over with her, And then, every time when season 3 comes out, they'll do a marathon before. So I'll record all season 2 and then finally get
She
through
would
all
totally
that.
dig it.
She's got this. She doesn't like ultra violence. So like she's not a fan of Tarantino movies.
Oh, it's not that
because
violent.
that stuff turns
But it's
her
like
off.
cartoony violent, sort of.
But she's not a fan of that, right? Like
Right.
she walked into
Yeah.
that season 1 scene with the chainsaws in the church, and that was a major turn off for her. And I'm trying to explain to her that okay, that's like 5 minutes of every show. The rest of it you'll totally dig. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
but yeah, that's the deal. Corey,
Nice.
Sweet.
Me. All right.
Hey.
What did I do? I beat 3 games this week.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a
I
lot.
beat everybody's golf. And then beat Titanfall 2. Which was really good. That
You liked it?
campaign, yeah, that campaign was awesome. I really liked it. Like, I don't know if I give it like an 8 or maybe even a 9. It's really good. I don't know. I can't think of anything to really complain about it. The story itself wasn't really that great, I guess. But I mean, the gameplay is awesome. The way you run on walls and switch from being yourself to being in the mech, and then just the cool stuff they do in the campaign. It's not just like a basic campaign that they threw together, and expect everybody to play multiplayer. You can tell they put time into it, and like a lot of cool stuff happens. So really liked it. My buddy at work was telling me I would really like it, but I don't know. I wasn't really looking forward to Titanfall 2 that much. But
Well, the problem is that it came out with 3 other good shooters last year, right?
Yeah.
It just got buried
Yeah.
in the competition.
Yeah, but that Black Friday sale, we got a bunch of shit, and that was one of them. And really great.
got it.
I mean, yeah, it's not too long. I guess. I think it's like a 6-hour campaign. So it's
That's a bonus to me if it's good.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
like, but really, really good. I was surprised how good it was. I mean, so really like that. And then I beat the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale earlier today. So,
Oh.
and
I saw you were killing that today. I saw you on there.
yeah, and that's
Sucked?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, so I played beat 2 shitty games and 1 good one. I give everybody's golf maybe a 5 out of 10, Titanfall like 8 or 9, and Guardians of the Galaxy like maybe 6 out of 10. Like it sucked. I mean, it was just the story was like the story wasn't that great all in all. And like it was doing this weird flashback stuff with Peter's mom, which was boring, and the characters, they had their funny moments, but like overall it was kind of like a depressing story. It was like the whole team's like fighting the whole time, and you constantly like all your choices in the game are like taking sides with the team, so you're pissing one person off in the team by taking a side with the other person. So it's stupid. I mean, Rocket was pissed at me the whole time, just being a total ass to me. And I'm like,
Wow.
like just because I want to get with Gamora doesn't mean that I hate Rocket. Like, and then so it's and it sucked. It just really wasn't that great. Like I like 2 episodes in, I was kind of into it. I thought maybe it would go somewhere. By the end of the 3rd episode, I would have stopped playing it if it wasn't for that easy platinum.
Right.
At that point, you just gotta go for it. Get that platinum trophy. Those are the easiest ones you can get on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Just beat the game and you get one. So I
Yeah.
just busted through it today.
It's weird
But-
how when they miss so hard. You know what I mean? That was my experience with the Game of Thrones one. I was so looking forward to that Game of Thrones story, and then it was just terrible. I didn't even finish it.
Yeah, it sucked. I was really looking forward to that one, especially because of how good Borderlands was with the characters that you don't even really know that well, and you kind of had a feeling like maybe Guardians would be kind of the same kind of vibe, just the team doing wild, crazy stuff, and they just failed on it. It sucked. I was not into it. So yeah, I did that. Didn't read too much. I'm still reading Y. I think I'm on issue 52.
You got to be almost at the end, huh?
Yeah, 60's the end. So
you got to knock that out this week.
Yeah, probably will.
Do it.
And then also played Doom, like you said. That's really awesome. Was just playing some Mass Effect before we started here. I'm like,
oh, nice.
Put like an hour into that. It's pretty cool so far. The combat's pretty good.
Andromeda, right?
Yeah, Andromeda. Yeah. And I don't know, I just started it, but the combat system seems like it's been redesigned. It seems really good. You really got to stay in cover. If you run out, you die pretty quick. So it's real cover based, but pretty good. Yeah, I did play Dark Souls. Dark Souls is tough. Like, I'm not used to games where you can't just like attack the boss. Like, you got to be real patient. Like, and it drives me crazy. I died like 8 times because you got to get in there and like take 2 hits and then get the fuck out of there and then like wait for him to take his swings and stuff and then go back in and hit him twice more. And like, the boss battle, like, you do quite a bit of damage with each hit, so it seems like it should be a quick fight, but you really have to be patient with it, and it took me a while to get used to, but I probably play that. I don't know if I'm going to play that or Mass Effect next, or XCOM. I really liked XCOM too. So
yeah.
Got a lot of new games. But
new old games.
Yeah, new old games. And I got... Since we got all these new games, I hooked up an external hard drive to my PS4 for the first time, and it gave me 3 terabytes, so I was all hyped, and I was like, all right, like, 3 terabytes, this is awesome. And it was the hard drive that came with my PS4 Pro that I bought a case for and plugged it in, because I put my old hard drive into the PS4 Pro, but it fucks up, and I looked it up online, and a lot of people have the same problem. Like, every half hour or so, my controller goes wonky. Like, I'd be playing XCOM, and the cursor would just, like, go to the corner of the screen, or the controller would just completely disconnect, or, none of the controls would work. It would just go completely wonky for, 30 seconds, and then kick back on. So I thought I could get used to it, or I thought it was just a one-time thing, but it kept happening, so I had to remove the hard drive and clear out a bunch of shit.
Back to 2.
I looked it all up, and a lot of people have that problem. I don't know if it's just the hard drive I was using or what was causing it, but it sucked. So I think that was my week, though. Been watching more of Mr. Robot. Still good.
I looked for that on demand too, and it's $3.
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon.
I don't have Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, Dirk.
Hey, I thought I was getting this tomorrow because my order was delayed, but I got Xanathar today.
Oh, see? Christmas
I'll
came early.
Hold it sideways.
It's a little bit smaller than
Let me see the binding.
width. There.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's about the size of the player's handbook, a little bit smaller maybe.
It's a little bit smaller, but it's packed. I mean, it's dense. I just glanced through it, but the guy, Ryan, I guess his name's Modnor, the Roll20, one of the Roll20 moderators, apparently uploaded or entered all the Xanathar stuff into Roll20 already.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
So I'm trying to get some API scripts from them so I can transfer them over so I don't have to put them in myself. But hopefully I should be able to do that. That way you guys wouldn't have to buy, everybody wouldn't have to buy the book if you wanted to read and see some cool stuff to add to your class or even your race.
I want all the
Sweet.
books. I want the Dungeon Master Guide. I want the Monster Manual. I want that. I want them all.
Dude, I'm like, I've got probably 3 books now that I haven't even gotten to start yet because I'm
There's
still
so
trying
much.
to. Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to finish Curse of Strahd just to get through it. You know.
Yep.
Whew. So I'm excited about that. I'm a big old D&D nerd. I'm still recovering from the food coma that hit last week. It's crazy when you eat because I eat probably mostly pescatarian or whatever for the most part. Like I eat fish and vegetables, right? When I went in, I had pepper jack infused boudin balls, fried boudin balls.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Nice.
The shit will just lay you out for days.
Yeah.
I was your body.
Those are like
isn't-
the Cajun equivalent of the scotched eggs.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
that'll hit you just as hard.
Yeah. So it's rice and ground meat with seasoning, and then they stick a needle and pump pepper jack in the middle and fry it. It's
Damn.
insane. It's just insane. So when the body's not used to taking that stuff in, you get rocked with it, when you eat it. I got past that part on Last of Us, so I got to Bill. I think I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, we just left the church.
Okay.
Nice. We got to talk.
Still
about
got
it.
the girl with you?
Remind me
Yes.
to talk.
Don't say
That girl,
still got
that
the
little
girl.
girl.
Ella.
Remind me to talk about it
That's
after
not
the show.
Ella. God. Ellie.
Ellie.
Oh, man.
I corrected myself.
Okay, so, and my New Year's goal is going to be I've got to finish a game before I just start playing 5 more. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
That's to do.
I narrowed it down. I'm going to keep playing Last of Us and Witcher, and that's it. I'll
Right.
play other stuff for fun, but I'm not playing any other sort of, because I'll get too spread thin. I got to close out Witcher at least.
Yeah,
And
I
I
take
just,
it one at a time besides Sunday nights.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just closed out, spoilers for people that I guess haven't finished Witcher. Not total spoilers, but Skellige, the person on the throne, I just established. Whatever.
Nice.
Skellige, so.
You're almost there.
Oh, really?
I
Cool.
feel like it. Don't you, Corey?
Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like you're 90% of the way through the main storyline.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm ready to, I love
We
it
can
to
talk
death.
about that too. Oh,
Yes,
drive me
absolutely.
crazy. All right.
And then, real quick, comic books I read, Star Wars 38, and I read, Realm 3?
Yeah. What did you
And
think
then
of round 3?
It was good. It was very visual. It wasn't a whole lot of dialogue in there.
No, there wasn't.
But it was good. It still has that party aspect to it, very D&D-ish.
Yep.
But the biggest surprise for me was, I guess a lot like Star Wars, was Thanos 13. I read, because Jeff Lemire just left.
Maestros?
Wait, which one?
Maestros? Or Maestros?
I started it. I haven't completed it yet.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. I think I read most of number 1 and dug it. So I have, 2 and 3 left? Or
I
next?
think it's just 1 and 2.
Okay. But Thanos is awesome. Thanos is, I guess Jeff Lemire had it before, and now it's Donny Cates, and it's really, really awesome. It's really psychedelic and weird for a Marvel book, I guess, and it's also got a little bit of comedy, offbeat comedy in there, because there's a future version of Ghost Rider that makes an appearance. Much better than the actual Ghost Rider that's in the comic book right now. So yeah, it's awesome. I'd encourage anybody to go check it out. I felt like we might lose something in that book and that maybe it would just be a dead book from Marvel after Lemire left, but I think he might take it in a better direction.
Cool.
The artwork's awesome too. Star Wars we'll get into in the review.
Yep, comic book club.
That's my week.
Time for the news of the week. Number 5. Lando, I don't know if it was just confirmed or if it was just a new interview or the director said why he's not appearing in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, so Sci-Fi is the website, and they had an interview with him, and yeah, he said, Rian Johnson, basically he didn't say, he said...
He just said there was no...
He wasn't interested in it. He said he liked that character, but there wasn't any room for him.
Yeah, and the quote was something along the lines of, "Yeah, we're sorry to fans, but he just wasn't a part of the plan from the get-go with this."
That's stupid.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Big time
The more I
bullshit.
thought about it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand how you're going to invite everybody back but him.
Yeah.
Right? And I always just assumed that there was some kind of drama with Billy D that made them not do it.
Day 5.
And I wish if that was the case, they'd come out and say that. Because the fact that you just say, he just wasn't part of the plan is absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah.
I don't think he didn't. Yeah. I don't think so, because I think Billy D. Williams voiced a role in Battlefront 2 campaign.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying.
It's bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah,
he was too integral to the original storyline.
He was, but he wasn't. Lando's character got more fleshed out in the expanded universe. If you really watch Return of the Jedi and watch Empires, Lando is just...
He blew up the second Death Star, driving the Millennium Falcon.
That's pretty huge.
He did, but they still focused more on the Rebel Assault Team on Endor, vice Lando blowing up the Death Star.
Man, there's some pissed off people about it online. I saw some people like, I call bullshit. Just like get
I'm one of them.
Angry.
Yeah. That's number 4. Just a little Justice League aftermath after the spectacular last week. It's projected to lose a lot, between 50 to 100 million. I think last article I read was saying 65 million. But doing really bad in theaters, and then also there's this big petition online to get the Zack Snyder cut released.
Yeah.
Which apparently doesn't exist. Like people in the studio have said there's no such thing as a Zack Snyder cut. But people are not happy with Joss Whedon. Didn't like what he did with the film. Felt like it's missing a lot of stuff. Felt like it was too short. It's not doing well.
It certainly, to my opinion, had a better feel to it than the last 4 DC movies.
Yes.
And that's because Zack Snyder left.
Right.
Yes.
That's my
You're going to get
opinion.
a worse cut. I mean, you want to bring it down even
That's
further.
what I was thinking. I was like, well, how do you know that the director's cut by just Zack Snyder is going to be like this epic movie of all time? It's probably going to suck ball sacks.
Yeah.
And Joss Whedon, he just came in and saved it.
Yeah, well,
I thought it sucks. So
there was no cut that Schneider did. He left before they cut it.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a Zack Snyder cut.
Right.
Yeah, so where are they just made that out of thin air. They just said, we want...
There's over 100,000 signatures. It's like,
That's not very
okay.
many, though.
So I read that Rob Liefeld came out and was like, he's like, I want to see the footage too. But I guess there's some controversy even with that because somebody said that he agreed with the petition and he said, no, I'm not agreeing with that petition. I just want to see the footage. I'm like, What?
Well,
He's the
IGN put something out the other day, and I watched it. It's pretty lame. It was like deleted footage and original footage and deleted dialogue,
Yes.
and it was shitty. I was like, well, where does this fit in a movie?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just 100,000 DC fans that are all butthurt because Marvel
Right.
movies are better.
I'm shocked at the amount of people, especially on Twitter, that are pro Zack Snyder vision of DC stuff.
There's a lot.
Yeah, and they're loud
Yeah.
and they're out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I actually I'm a fan of a lot of Zack Snyder movies, but ever since after Man of Steel, I haven't been a fan of the DC movies, and it seems like that's the case for almost everybody, right? Weird that Wonder Woman did so well and this is doing so poorly, though.
Yeah. Well, Wonder Woman was way better. All right, number 3. Marvel names new editor-in-chief, CB Cebulski. Taking over after Alex Alonso. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously big deal. He's had Cebulski's been with Marvel for a while. Best known for editing Runaways, written by BKV. So I mean that sounds good. But,
has he come out and like laid out like this is what I'm gonna change?
Not yet. I saw some of his tweets on Twitter, but the interesting is he's gonna be scouting for writers and artists, right? So he has a potential to possibly get rid of some of this crap that we basically have gotten tired of with Marvel. You know, I'm hoping he'll address some of this stuff.
Hopefully it's changed really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he can push it in at least a bigger section of Marvel being in that Jessica Jones realm. I know that Bendis is gone, but there's characters there to work with to do that. You know, and I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, to me, I've said it before. That my problem with Marvel is that standard 5-story arc crossover thing mixed in, then another 5-story arc. You got to give these writers more space than that.
Yeah. The constant mixing up of artists and writers.
Yeah,
and,
right. Keeping artist and writer together through the whole thing. Yeah, I agree. Yep.
For sure.
Number 2. So maybe not huge news to some people, but obviously we're big fans. New single-player mode coming to Gran Turismo in December, plus free car update.
Yeah, so this one was on the PlayStation blog. So this game was lacking a single-player mode. A lot of people did complain about that. For myself, I played what kind of took the place of the single-player mode for about 2
arcade
races.
mode?
Yeah, the arcade mode, right. I did 2 races of that and then jumped online and never looked back. So I don't feel like at this point I'm missing that. I don't want to race against AI cars that drive in a straight line. What's so cool about this game is how fun the online racing is, and how it's kind of changed how I think about how I'm driving. But really, for me, the bigger news about this is
the
3
free
car
car
pack, and you got some vintage cars in there.
Nice.
I saw that.
Big fan of 60s automobiles, and there's 2 of them in this pack, so they're starting to come. So I'm just hoping that 3 years from now we have a huge catalog of cars in this game.
Yeah.
67 Ford Mustang, maybe 67 or 71.
Stingray.
Maybe.
There's a Stingray, and then there's one European car. I forget what it is.
Is it a K car?
Nice.
There's no K cars. No. Although I'd be down to race K cars.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It'd be cheap. Maybe out like $5.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Right. Ooh.
FCC. Destroying net neutrality.
It's going through.
It is going to go through.
It's going to go through.
Yeah. The internet as we know it. It's gonna die on us.
I don't think it's not gonna die, but I just don't see. I don't know. It's not going to be the doom and gloom that you're seeing on all the websites and internet now, where we're going to have package deals with your ISP for, $5 a month. You can access Google, and it's not going to be like that. But I think that they're going to seriously prioritize the ISP's affiliated companies with them. They're going to prioritize that network traffic over going into yep.
Right. That's exactly. I agree with you 100% there. I've seen a million things all over social media that has the cable package thing with the websites in it. That's not what it's going to be like. To my mind, like, okay, so for example, our website is on WordPress, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's going to happen is that you're going to have the companies that do website hosting and do these kind of free or not free, but have these templates that you can build your own websites into. So some of them will cost you a lot of money a month because they're going to pay the ISPs a lot of money a month so that they'll have good access. So if you pay to use that for one of your homebrew website, then somebody clicks on that website, it's going to come fast. The free stuff that doesn't pay, you're going to click on that website and it's going to load like garbage and people are going to click away from it. And so it's going to kill what it's going to kill is the cool thing where you can Google weird shit on the internet and come up with a million different things. And some guy with some crazy conspiracy theory has as much, access as CNN does. And that's what it's going to kill. You know what I mean? And it sucks. My only thing is that, clearly, the pendulum goes back and forth. And I feel like whatever happens, people are going to be unhappy enough with it that 2-3 years from now, it'll get redone again.
A grueling 2 to 3 years, though.
Yeah.
But and you hit on it, Nate, because now all those free websites and hosting and stuff for all people that have these blogs and vlogs and everything like that, just to get a niche in the internet, they're going to just lose out, and you're going to kill the creativity on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same thing with game services. I think that all these games that we play, all these games that are free to play, where you have microtransactions, you're going to start having to pay subscription fees just to get prioritization over the networks in order to get a decent baud rate to play.
I think console gamers won't have a problem like they're panicking, because what it's going to be is that your PlayStation Plus or your Xbox Gold is going to cost an extra $30 a month or whatever, but they'll make sure that they have a good connection with ISPs. You know what I mean? But you're right. For somebody who's trying to make a homebrew MMO, they're done. Right?
Yeah.
It's just like you say, it's anybody doing creative weird stuff out there is going to lose out if they don't have money. And it's going to suck. I'll just say, kind of researching this, ran across, where is it? www.savetheinternet.com. It's the biggest petition that I've seen. They have links where you punch in your zip code and they'll show you who your legislators are and whatnot on there. So I'd suggest,
there ain't no hope here of that happening. But
I suggest I know who my legislators are, but one's in trouble, and we have a really good one though, Amy Klobuchar. She's awesome.
What's gonna happen to Roll20?
Again,
who knows?
The people who pay are going to have a good experience, right? So everything's going to cost. That's going to
What's going to happen to YouTube?
YouTube's got money. YouTube's fine.
Yeah,
YouTube's big enough. But Roll20 is not big enough.
Correct.
So
correct.
Yeah.
Neither is D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
No.
Lame.
That's it. That's your news of the week.
All right, it's community love time here. We're gonna try our best to hook up the people who hooked us up. We got a lot of support. We're up to, we didn't talk about it earlier. We crossed the 800 threshold.
Yeah, we did.
Currently sitting at 812 subscribers.
I farmed in person.
Really, really appreciate it, everybody. Can't say that enough.
Word.
Sure.
Word.
For sure.
For sure.
I had 2 different experiences this week that added to that a lot. The first of which was on a Coaching for Geeks, really making a lot of kind of contacts and friends and whatnot on their community, their Facebook community. Is really cool. I gotta say, and a few of those people we're going to collaborate on in the future. So just wanted to give a shout out to Coaching for Geeks because it's been a real cool experience to meet those guys, and they've definitely have helped us out.
Yeah.
Also, Omnisec is a YouTuber. He's pretty much exclusively does Pokemon Go at this point, but I gotta say he's a great guy. We've been fans of his for a long time. When me and Corey first started, he had about the same amount of subs, and he's crushing us now. And it's easy to see why when you check him out. Omnisec's full of personality. He's super positive, really really cool. And so I watched one of his live streams this week, jumped in there, and in his live stream, just chatting with the people as he's walking around playing Pokemon and stuff. And I think our sub count went up 10 that night just because of meeting people on there. Really cool community for a real cool guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm the shit. Yeah, I got Ainsworth Mark II, and Extra Life Gaming.
I like Extra Life Gaming. I was watching some of their stuff.
Yep.
It's got some good stuff.
Nice.
I like the name too.
Check out Top Shelf and Kristen.
Good job, Doug. And I got Rise to Valor Pokemaster Master. Rise to Valor Pokemon Master. Fuck. And Lauren.
Team Mystic.
Team Mist.
Lauren.
Lauren and Kristen.
Lauren and Kristen.
I'm having a tough time because
We know you are.
So absolutely, we link their channels in the description of this video. Please go down there, click on their stuff, subscribe to it. If you're listening to the audio version of this, hit us up on youtube.com/GCandC. Go in there, support these people. Thanks to all of you for supporting us this week. We really appreciate it. We always do a name of the week based on nothing more than the name. It's a coveted award that goes out every week. What do you guys got this week?
I'm having a tough time.
I know.
I'm
I'm
going with the Pokemaster myself.
All right.
Kristen.
Yeah, I'm going with Kristen.
Oh. I'm going to go with Lauren.
So Kristen's the winner.
Great name.
Good job, Kristen.
You are the name of the week. Enjoy
Name
all
of
the
the week.
fame that comes with that.
That's like 20 subs right there.
So, Jeff, did you want to do we're going to start doing a community question every week?
Yes. Yeah, every week. So we're starting this thing out. We put on our Facebook page and on Twitter, community question. And this week we asked, with all the holiday shopping mania that's upon us, of course, this is all about giving, right? That said, what did you score for yourself this Black Friday? And I'll read the comments from our Facebook page. I didn't see anything on Twitter, but Robin Bates from Coaching for Geeks, he put on their business software. Whoop, whoop, hop on board the fun train. Toot, toot. Because we got membership site software, graphic design software, landing page software, and brain-focused music. Also some prints from Karax, Purple Tentacle, and Wanda, and a Colossus on them.
You know, it's funny. He's half making fun of himself
Colossus.
there. But when I saw that list, I was like, damn, I wish I had all that stuff.
And then Mark Bagnetto said he got Destiny 2, Shadow War, both for $25. Shadow War is a good game.
Shadow War's 25?
Yeah.
Mark's one of my best friends on Earth. Sends me a king cake every single Mardi Gras. Also the guy who sent all of his hard copies of Y the Last Man through the mail to me.
Wow. That's some friendship.
Yep.
Friendship.
And then
play some Destiny 2 with us when the expansion comes out.
if we ever play it, wasn't that coming up December 5th?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be playing it then.
And then Adam Hildebrandt, aka Lumberjack, he said something about getting a S+8 for Ella because it comes with a $200 gift card because Adam's a cheap bastard.
Who cares?
And Bill Belshner said, didn't shop, hates Black Friday. I know myself, I picked up a couple of games on PS4.
Yep,
on
me
the
too.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, I got
Titanfall 2, Steep, Rory's for $10. So,
I got Rory.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
And that's it.
Thanks, everybody. Look for the new
Thanks.
question coming up this week. We'll try and get out there earlier in the week going forward.
Way earlier.
Yeah. All right. So thanks everybody for watching. We're about to go full spoilers in the Comic Book Club, Star Wars issue number 38. So if you have not read that yet, this will probably be the end of the show for you. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Please go check out our website. There's links to all the stuff that we do on social media. That's gamescomicsandculture.wordpress.com. For at least another 6 months, it'll be a normal speed when you click on it.
It won't be dial-up.
We're on Twitter at GCandC.
And
You can support us at
will always be
Patreon.
Fast. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Wow.
Well, I don't know if this will be fast. Support us at patreon.com/GCandC.
And thank you to Fred Thomas for opening music and Xee Reiter for our awesome logo.
Really
Can't thank
appreciate
you
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there.
thanks to everybody that's leaving. This has been Comically Gaming, episode 80. For those of you sticking around, we're about to get into the Comic Book Club, episode
Next week.
issue 38 of Star Wars. Next week's Comic Book Club, we'll go full spoilers on Batman number 32, and we'll probably talk about the war of jokes and riddles, which is episode 25 through 32.
Is it all in Batman or is it crossing over?
It's all
a
in
bunch?
Batman.
It's all in Batman.
Batman.
Tom
Yeah.
King.
Yep. All right.
I know you got questions. All right, everybody. This week for the Comic Book Club, we are doing Star Wars number 38. And it was awesome.
Full spoilers.
Full spoilers.
Entire spoilers.
So going into this was the first issue that wasn't Aaron's.
Yep.
Right? We were all thinking that maybe we would experience a drop in storytelling. To be
Not.
quite honest with you, the
Gets
last
better.
5 books I thought were pretty bad, disjointed all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are a few good ones in there, but really walked away from that main story that we were all enjoying. This book was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
What
how
if
they
they told him that? You know?
I like how they revisited Jeddah. I like that. That was pretty cool that Luke and Han, or Luke, Han, and Leia all go to Jeddah
Right.
to try and hook up, and they mentioned Saw Gerrera
Yep.
from Rogue One. And you get to see the aftermath of when the Death Star took out Jeddah.
Yes.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
fucked it up.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I thought it was just really cool. So Rogue One had such a different tone than A New Hope, obviously, right? I mean, completely opposite end of the spectrum, and this is the bridge between the two, right? Like they meet up with Luke and Leia meet up with part of Saul's crew that somehow survived that
Massive.
explosion. Yeah, I don't know. They're gonna have to tell that story how they got out of there, but yeah, super interesting. Nice that I thought how Leia is trying to appeal to them because of Alderaan having a similar experience to Jeddah.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was really cool, and in that to see Luke and Leia get the treatment that the Rogue One crew got, with the bags over the heads, being dragged out there, being treated very badly and whatnot by people that are rebels. Thought that was cool as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they bring up the Force of Wills too. Force of Wills.
Yep.
In that, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it
said
was
it all.
Yeah, no, I thought it was great that he was able to tie it all together, and that he was able to unite or bring the characters under the umbrella of one story instead of having it splintered off in a million different directions, and and it's got a darker tone to it.
Yeah.
Than Jason Aaron's. But
what are your
really
questions,
cool way
Nick?
of tying New Hope.
My question is, why is La Roca still doing the art? Is my question, because man,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, has nobody told them about? It seems like the editor. Maybe this is the editor's fault, not telling them, hey, stop, ganking movie posters. Yeah. It's just
people still bitch about it every issue. If you read, people are going crazy.
Dragging it down. I mean, and also I know you want to try to keep an artist on for Unity, but when Jason Aaron left, they should have let him go too, and then we get a new artist with Kieran Gillen coming on. It's something that fits that storytelling a lot more.
Yeah, I thought I agree with you. I thought it's really disjoining to, like, you look at one page where you see Jeddah up in space, all these cool cosmic purple, blues, colors and whatnot, and then the next page is like this airbrushed face in the middle of it. It's super disjointed. It feels bad.
Yeah.
I still don't like how they try and make Han look so realistic. And it looks like Harrison Ford, but then Luke doesn't look like Mark Hamill as much.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah, meanwhile, C-3PO is sitting next to him, totally hand-drawn.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Totally weird.
Yeah. I didn't have any other really... I guess I need to watch Rogue One again. It's the kind of thing that I watched, and I probably just need to watch it a few more times to let some of the information sink in.
You gotta watch it at least 3 times.
That way I can sort of see what the conversion and the story that's happening right now, I guess.
Yeah, especially with Saul's group. When you watch that the first time, it is
confusing.
Yeah, confusing for sure. The more you watch it, the more you can kind of piece together everybody's part in it and whatnot. The brain monster still doesn't make any sense, but
I know. I was just thinking about that scene too, because I was like, why is that there?
I thought the dialogue was incredible on this, so yeah.
Corey, we interrupted you about 4 times. What did you have anything else to say?
I think good.
All right. Anybody else? Is that it? I mean, just cool, right? And a cool crossover. And,
absolutely.
Happy to see
good, and a good, good sign for the future.
Yep, definitely.
Very good.
Okay. That's been the Comic Book Book Club. Next one, we're gonna go with Batman. You'll notice if you watch Batman at all, these issues are about 6-7 back at this point. I just heard such good things about them that I wanted to pick that one out instead of picking the current one for this particular go around. And I don't think we've covered a DC book yet. In the CBBC.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't.
So we'll get on that. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's been Comically Gaming, episode 80.
80.
We really appreciate everybody.
In the books.
And Dirk's internet almost made it.
Almost. Later.
What?
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
And we're on Twitter at GCandC.
Yeah. You do this part, Dick.
Hold on.
Go.
Green light. Green light.